Happy New Year, everyone, and we are back. We are starting back on our reading of Secure the Path to Peace. So I took a little bit of a break for family vacation and recharge, and today is January 1, and we are on day 15, chapter 4, page 69. It's What No One Can Take. Losing Defined. When I was 19, I was living a Pharisaical dream. In the Houston, Texas area, I was constantly on the move between church services, Bible studies, student ministry events, and worship nights. If a door was open and a stage was nearby, I was there. I checked every box a good Christian could check. But even with all that activity, something inside me was missing. I was busy, but not peaceful, surrounded by faith, but not filled by it. A mentor noticed my restlessness and suggested that I consider a church internship to move from being a consumer to a contributor, a maker and not an all-the-time taker. So I started searching for opportunities, and I came across a church in Richmond, California, where they were looking for a full-time student ministry intern for the year. Ironically, the church's name matched the jet ski rental place I had worked at in the previous summer, so I took it as a sign. After interviews and paperwork, I packed my things into an old truck and drove from Houston to Northern California, ready, I thought, to finally live with purpose. But nothing changed. I spent the year serving and leading small groups, helping where I could, played some incredible games of Kajabi Can at camp, laughed with students, and talked about faith almost every day. But somewhere deep down, I knew that I was faking it and that I was good at it. I could teach the scripture, but I wasn't living it. I could talk about peace, but I didn't have it. I could lead devotionals, but I didn't know devotion. And when the internship ended, I was more lost than when I'd started. I drifted from couch to couch until one day, while working out in a 24-hour gym, a man approached me, and he said he worked with the Raiders organization, and he asked if I had ever played football, and I had a few years earlier. Well, he wanted me to meet a local coach. I walked into the coach's office. He looked at me and said, "You are a physical specimen." I'll admit it. I liked hearing that, and for the first time in a long time, I felt important. I went from a walk-on to a team captain in just a few weeks. On the field, things looked great, but off the field, I was failing classes, skipping assignments, and spiraling. Recruiters from some Division I school universities, they passed on me because they saw potential, but they also saw a pattern. I was talented, but unreliable. I was sleeping on one of the coach's friend's office floor between two dog beds because I had nowhere else to go. Some days I couldn't afford food, and when my old truck broke down, I had no way to get anywhere. An assistant coach would pick me up and sometimes buy me a breakfast sandwich at McDonald's on game days to be sure I had eaten at least something. Something needed to change, and it did, but not in the right direction. After injuring my shoulder, I met someone during physical therapy whose brother worked as a bouncer in San Francisco. He offered me a job, and I took it. The money was good, and for a while I convinced myself that I was finally living. But it wasn't long before things fell apart. I was kicked out of the place that I was staying, and I was homeless. Some nights I would sleep between the garbage cans at the youth building that I never gave the key back to. I slipped into a time of addiction, and I quit school. I drifted away from everyone and everything that mattered. And then one day, I hit the bottom. I looked in the mirror, and all I saw was the wall behind me. And it was like I had disappeared. I wasn't seeing a reflection anymore, but just an echo of who I used to be. 2 weeks later, I moved across the country to begin my recovery. I'm not unique in my failures. In fact, my story is probably more common than most people will admit. But what makes it worth telling is what happened after the bottom, because that is where grace entered again. New Year's is important because it provides a set time to remember and focus and refocus. But it shouldn't be what you strive for. Holidays are a great day because they provide significant timelines and points where we can remember things. But the reality is that every day is that opportunity if you choose for it to be. So as we go into this year, as myself, as you begin anew, take each day and become a little bit better. Read something new, help somebody, become better yourself so you can help others. Maybe that's physical, maybe that's emotional, maybe that's letting go of some past hurts. Whatever it is, be a little bit better every day because we get today. We'll see y'all tomorrow.